with the more recent memories being the tech bubble and the housing bubble. As seen, whenever interest rates rise, bubbles burst and a financial crisis follows. To understand why rising interest rates are indicative of future financial crises, we must first understand the negative effects that low interest rates cause, namely credit and asset bubbles. First, low interest rates encourage consumers, businesses, and the government to borrow more amounts of money, as the cost of borrowing is very low. Consequently, the level of investments would rise due to the increased liquidity. In theory, this would be beneficial to the economy since aggregate demand has increased, shifting the aggregate demand curve from 80 to 82. However, a portion of investments inevitably results in malinvestments, which are risky investments that would not be made under the normal interest rate conditions. The artificially low interest rates create false signals of confidence, which would lead to bad investment decisions being made. This is highlighted by the increase in BBB bond investments, the lowest rated bonds which are one grade away from being junks, which adds up to 1.4 trillion outstanding debt. In the case that interest rates rise, the cost of these outstanding debts will increase and will result in large number of defaults as the investors will not be able to repay the loans. This, coupled with the enormous amounts of loans and debts that exist in other financial products and sectors, make rising interest rates a prominent symptom of future financial crises. Other than an increase in interest rates, symptoms such as a reduction in bank capital, increasing private sector debts in the form of subprime auto loans, as well as asset bubbles in both developed countries and developing countries due to low interest rates and the inflow of hot money respectively, make another imminent financial crisis creep even closer to us. All of this boils down to investors forgetting about the dangers of excessive borrowing due to the artificially low interest rates. In sum, the 1997 financial crisis has many implications. From a macroscopic view, this crisis demonstrated the tragedy of the impossible trinity. We can also see that countries with sufficient foreign reserves are more capable of fighting against speculators. The Hong Kong government pumped 72.5 billion HKD through the tracker fund to stabilize the stock market and discourage speculators to short sell shares. On the other hand, the Thai government ran out of foreign exchange to protect the baht with and had to accept the IMF-led rescue packages after the collapse of the baht due to the ensuing economic chaos. From a microscopic view, we believe that every crisis was foreshadowed by some form of irrationality. This is demonstrated by herd behavior caused by investors that didn't have a full understanding of the countries or assets they invested in, such as those involved in the 2008 housing bubble. As rational investors, we must closely observe these irrationalities and avoid bearing heavy risk by participating in them.